State at K-State. Well, K-State burned me last week, big time. That was actually my play of the week last week. I thought they were going to go into West Virginia because, like I said, I thought West Virginia, just looking at their defensive numbers was a little overrated, and I was wrong. That was a bad read on my part. And the Big 12 can't get out of their way. If these two teams win, this is going to be a big game in the Big 12. But both teams lost. Oklahoma State lost to Texas, and they're going into K-State here. And I'm probably not. I don't know. I don't know how to say this the proper way and use the right language. K-State burned me big time last week, but I just K-State at home, and I think everybody can have a bad week. I don't see Oklahoma State coming in there and covering this 12.5 against K-State. And in fact, I think K-State might even turn it around. And, is Oklahoma State, I know you always are talking about, the form that the teams are in. Does Oklahoma State, are they hanging their heads? Is it a big, exhale? Oh my gosh, we're, feeling sorry for ourselves, and they walk in there and K-State, actually pulls the upset here. I don't know, but I like the 12.5. If you're going to give me 12.5 and give me K-State, this is one of the games I've already bet on, and I've got Kansas State plus the 12.5, and I did actually sprinkle one little unit on the money line there.
Generally speaking, on a game like this, so we'll go back to just something I've observed. I observed this in baseball a lot. So, team leads the whole game, and at the end, the visiting team crunches ahead of you, and then the home team hits the road. Generally speaking, if you've had the lead the whole game and you lose at the very end, you come back strong because you were playing great fundamental football the entire game. You just happen to slip at the end. You tend to tighten things up and have a great game the next time. I think Oklahoma hits the road here at Kansas State. 12.5 is kind of a tricky number. I've seen it before. You don't really know what to make it. So it's not on any key anything. But right. I haven't placed a bet on this, but I'm kind of banking on Oak State coming out, and Kansas State just kind of – if Kansas State would have played a stronger game against West Virginia, I might be on your side of this. They just – when you quit like that, can you go home and get up? If you didn't put a strong game in play and now you go home, can you – unless you fought to the end, which they did not, West Virginia dominated them. So I got Oklahoma State coming in and winning, maybe by 17 points. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to look at it a little further. I haven't placed a bet on this. Like I love Penn State, but I'm leaning strongly on Oak State covering that 12.5. And again, I don't like big spreads. I'd rather take value in a dog. Kansas State's in a good spot if you like dogs. But again, they just didn't put enough effort for me to back them this week. They just didn't. And is that a coaching thing? And do the coaches come home and feel sorry for themselves? You know what I mean? And then. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then you have another mistake before you get back on track. I don't know. I'm just saying that's my thoughts on this game.
Yeah, and like I said, I threw up in my mouth a little bit when I'm saying I'm looking at Kansas State again after that performance last week. I watched that whole game, and I was just I came out with the same, what you just said. It looked like they just shut it down in the second quarter. Like, okay, well, we're not going to win this game, so we're not going to try. That's what it did look like to me. I just, K-State, I think I'm going to give them another chance here. Like I said, I've looked at everything. I'm going to jump on them. I'm going to take the 12.5.